Hello everyone, my name is Utkarsh Agrawal and my student code is PCM23414. I am currently pursuing second semester of Masters in Construction Engineering and Management from SEPT University. This semester study focused on construction project execution, monitoring and control, for which the studio had specified detailed deliverables for which we visited a live construction site and conducted analysis after the information and inputs gathered from the interviews of the various industry experts and key stakeholders and came up with the ways to improve project efficiency. The studio exercise includes pre-construction activities, analysis of site 2D and 3D Revit layouts, planning and scheduling like core planning, earned value and risk management, material and inventory management, quality management, and exploration of various lean construction tools. I will present you a part of my study that is the core planning for reinforcement, the linear responsibility chart from the perspective of quality management, the cost of quality, and foreman delay survey, which is one of the lean construction tool. It is part of my project high-rise residential apartments. Starting with the project brief, the objective of our project is providing opulent living surrounded by nature in the bustling city, making it the most desirable area of the city. The project is in the southern west region of Ahmedabad, Gujarat, India. It is a high-rise luxury residential project consisting of 5 towers, 22 floors, and 3 basements in each tower. The height of each tower is 105 meter. As this is an R2 zone, the available FSI or floor space index is 1.2 and zero point 0.6 is the purchased FSI by the client as per the requirement. It is a greenfield project having 336 apartments in total, out of which 296 are 4 BHK and the 40 units are of 5 BHK. The plot area of the project is 17,232 square meters and the total built-up area is 1,68,429 square meters, including the recreational area to be developed for the future residents. The total cost of the project is 1,000 crore and the scope of work of the contractor for core and shell is of 149 crore. This is a labor plus material contract, and the commencement of the same occurred on 17 May 2023. And the expected date of completion is 5th December 2025. Core planning is a detailed plan for concrete work that's completed after formwork drawings are approved and before concreting. For our study, out of the 5 towers, we are primarily focused on one tower for easy understanding. And as the towers are identical, there were two cores of same size, and due to privacy reasons, we weren't able to access the structural drawings on the site. And that is why, from the architectural drawings, the different components of a floor, like slab, beam, and column, were considered and the concrete was calculated for the same. By applying the thumb rule calculation for each component as per the discussion with the industry professional, the steel quantity of these components is calculated and adding the same gives the total amount of steel consumed at the different levels of the tower. The total quantity of the steel is further divided by the floor area to derive the average coefficient as the steel of the whole tower is considered in the calculation of the steel for each floor. The value of the coefficient was again cross-checked as per the calculation by equating the same with the core area for different levels and further was verified from the site keepers. For further analysis, we have calculated the peak requirement of reinforcement. It can be seen previously that the highest amount of steel is consumed in the foundation, justifying the reason for the peak in a single month. The next two upcoming peak, the month of May and July, was also evaluated as there will be more than one core that will be executed in a single month. Direct cost is calculated for one core itself, and the factors considered are popular reinforcement, binding wire, labor, and machinery cost which comes out to be 30,27,434. The labor productivity is calculated considering 25 labors, which includes both skilled and unskilled, that is 20 skilled and 5 unskilled labors, are working for 6 days for 8 hours each day for a volume of 37,882 kg, producing work of 6,314 kg per day. The productivity comes out to be 31.57 kg per man hour. Furthermore, we have also compared the cost of handling the reinforcement by crane or by manual means. It can be clearly seen that the cost of handling through crane is very less, but it is faster method and reduces labor fatigue. Various factors like owning and operating cost was also considered for this analysis. The linear responsibility chart shows the relationship and interdependency between the various teams on a project. The LRC is developed considering the quality management criteria only. This is the organization structure, and the members marked are the person directly involved in the quality management process. And to understand their liability, their roles and responsibilities were understood first. The client has an on site team, and the part of the team is directly involved in the same. Similarly, from the architect and structure consultant, senior and junior architect and engineers are involved in the same as per the requirement of the client. The third party is involved as the inspection is being done before the concreting of each bore, and the third party lab is involved in the various necessary tests needed on site. The contractor has many verticals other than store and quality which are directly involved, as our prime focus is on one tower. That is why the engineer of that is considered for the analysis. This is the LRC developed considering all the three phases of the construction, that is pre-construction, during construction, and post-construction. And only 12 activities from the detailed analysis is shown here. Further, the horizontal and vertical analysis was done to identify the plus and delta for this LRC. Starting with the plus analysis, quality control senior engineer oversees 23 activities, out of which role of actual responsibility is associated with 7 activities, which shows the structural environment on this project. The quality head oversees 12 activities, out of which the role of actual responsibilities is associated with 6 activities, which shows that there are proactive quality measures are being taken on site. Activities typically involve 6 to 9%, and there is single person for duties and supervision, which avoids conflict of personnel and ensures efficient use of all the available resources. Moving to the delta analysis. Client-side QC engineer handles 9 activities but lacks actual responsibility for quality control. Project manager oversees 22 activities without direct responsibility for quality management, which can create non-thought environment on the site. Certain activities lack supervision, like preparing inspection plans, impeding completion. Minimizing consultations can prevent delays and conflicts, as seen in the activities of issuance of NCL. Cost of quality is the cost associated with all the measures that are taken to sustain the required quality standards on site. It is divided into two parts of quality management cost and quality deviation cost. Quality management cost is further divided into two parts of prevention cost and appraisal cost. The bifurcation of the annual prevention cost can be seen in the pie chart on the upper right corner. It consists of cost of quality assurance plan preparation, quality checklist preparation, quality control equipment, internal quality audits, operation cost of routine process control, purchasing control planning, establishment of QC lab cost. The bifurcation of the annual appraisal cost can be seen in the pie chart on the lower right corner, which is of cost in process quality control, which is done mainly by the project staff, maintenance and calibration of measuring equipment, routine tests performed at critical stages of the construction process, annual cost of external auditing of the quality assurance system. The difference between both this cost is around 9 lakhs, and the cost of appraisal is more as shown in the bar graph. The external failure cost is considered after the commencement of the project, which is not in our scope. This study. For internal failure cost, two of the non-conformity present on this project were considered, and the total cost of both these NCs is 2,680. Out of the two NCs, one of them is being discussed here, that is of added formwork in slab bottom and blocking. Reasons for this NC is poor workability, misinterpretation of the shuttering drawing, and lack of inspection. Preventive measures suggested by us is detailed and proper inspection, use of different formwork system like MyOne, proper formwork design and integration of the same. The cost of this NC is 1,768. The upper right corner, the pie chart shows the cost bifurcation of the same, and as we can see, the maximum amount is of labor cost. For the labor cost, we have considered the cost of the labor and the time involved for each of them for the different activities. The various activities consist of removal of concrete, removal of other formwork, cleaning of the surface, and application of bonding agent, repaired through cement mortar, which consists of ratio of 1:1, that is of cement and sand, erection of scaffolding. Actions to rectify the NC consist of assessment of the situation, preparation of surface, rectification of the NC, inspection of work, and disposal or reuse of the material. Foreman delay survey is a lean construction tool through which we can improvise the working techniques and we can reduce the delays that are occurring on site. The activity observed for the foreman delay survey is staircase shuttering. Observation date is 21 March 2024. Observation time period is 9 a.m. to 3:40 p.m. Total hours observed including the lunch time is 6 hours 40 minutes. The size of the staircase observed area is 16.98 square meters. Workers working on that in this activity are of four people, consist of two carpenters and two helpers. The location of the activity is Block A, fourth floor. De-shuttering of landing 2 and beam 1 was done, and the application of the shuttering of the same is being done on the flight 1 and landing 1. The two carpenters are doing the work of stripping of removal of foamwork, measuring of foamwork, fixing of foam. The two helpers are doing the work of preparation of the surface, gather materials from storage to workplace, mobilization of shuttering materials, assisting the carpenter in removing the foamwork. As per the analysis for both the carpenters, the maximum delay is due to the other delay category, which is of 31% for carpenter 1 and 39% for carpenter 2. Similarly, the helpers it's 45% and 50% for helper 1 and helper 2 respectively. The other category consists of tobacco break, phone break, and idle time. Furthermore, delay analysis of carpenter versus helper. The maximum delay attributed to carpenters and helper is caused by other delays, carpenter 35% and helper 47%, which can be mitigated by implementing supervision to monitoring. Additionally, optimizing workforce allocation for each task can enhance productivity and reduce delays. For cost analysis of working in non-working time, from this cost analysis, it is occurred that total rupees 400 of loss happens in observed activity. From this, majority of loss incurred due to carpenter 1, that is around rupees 162, and the minimum loss incurred due to helper 2, that is rupees 80. And the helper 2 works the most is 345, substituting out of the 400, giving the most amount of working time among the four. And in for carpenter 2, the highest of 410 out of the rupees 800. At the end, concluding with my study, following are the key takeaways. First, core planning. The primary component of core planning reinforcement was looked at. The amount of the reinforcement is determined considering the remainder of the project and the future. Core planning deliverables made it easy to gain insight into the productivity, repeats, quantity, and cost of the project execution core through the identification of the regions with the highest demand for labor and resources. Planning exercises improve the fundamental understanding of how to schedule a framework system. Linear responsibility chart. It establishes the priority standard. It's a clear definition of who is in charge of each task. A plus delta analysis is also carried out to comprehend the disadvantages and advantages of the existing organizational structure for quality control. Cost of quality is separated into two categories, preventive cost and assessment cost. Prevention cost includes cost associated with basic quality standards is considered. The appraisal cost includes cost of extra measures taken on site. Contractor may use this cost breakdown to see how much they are spending on quality management. Foreman daily survey analyze the importance of proactively identifying and analyzing factors causing delays on site. Understood insights into delay root causes, enabling target improvement strategies, emphasizes the importance of collaboration and communication among workers, foremen, and senior management in addressing productivity issues. Studio insights and learnings. From participating in interactive conversation, watching expert lectures, making regular site visits, and attending software tutorials, participants gain insight into construction management concepts, methods, and possible areas for development. The course of study provided us with thorough understanding of how construction projects are completed, monitored, and regulated, as well as analytical and scheduling techniques. The studio included significant deliverables that practiced and used in the construction business, and the knowledge and understanding gained from the studio would assist deliver better on actual sites. Thank you.